You're watching Sound Therapy Arts TV. I'm Arielle, and we're here with Janice Jacinto, aka Jujube.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you for coming in today and performing those amazing pieces.
Thank you. I feel honored to be here.
It's awesome. So Jujube is a multimedia artist. She's a lyricist. She's a rapper. She's dabbled in so many different art forms. Yeah, tell us a little bit about it.
It's true. Well, with all the performances that I did today, it basically is about sharing my innermost thoughts and, speaking from the heart and, relating it back to people and to myself and, accepting myself, overcoming what limits me in that process.
Yeah, let's talk about bipolar rap.
Right.
Tell me kind of what inspired that and tell me a little bit about the messaging, because, your music's so awesome, you can just vibe out to it, right? But when you really listen to the music, there's a lot of personal stuff in there. So tap that out for us a little bit.
Well, basically, a few years back, I was diagnosed with manic bipolar, or another term would be manic depression. Mm-hmm. And at first, when I heard about this illness toward myself, I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is not good news for me. And I didn't know really how to cope, knowing that I had a label.
Yeah.
And basically, through this song, it took me on a journey. And I wrote it about a few years back, and the lyrics had more of a negative spin to it, but now it's like come alive, it's come more positive. I'm accepting and, appreciating what gifts and talents I have around my condition.
Right.
And, having manic bipolar is sort of like, in a sense, just basically overcoming that part of myself that doesn't understand or recognize who I really am. So yeah,
nice.
So it's basically my innermost thoughts, and I wanted to share that out with the world.
No, it's awesome. And some of the lyrics, there's one where you say, "No matter what, I choose to live."
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
Well, wow. I know that inside myself, within myself, I know that I have a choice in life, and if I trust myself more in order to do things, there comes my purpose, and my purpose is to keep going and reach out to the future, and that's basically what the message is throughout the whole piece.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a lot of references to, meds and hospitalization, nurses with bipolar soldier, just owning it. And what's your experience with all of that stuff too?
Well, it's been ups and downs, but mainly I've always had, quite the experience around having mania and depression as well. I think it's a matter of just being aware and catching yourself in the moment as it comes, because once it comes, it's really hard to kind of slow down or stop, Mm-hmm. And especially when your creativity is driven in such a way that's prolific and, coming alive. But I just, that's pretty much what it is. Yeah.
And then moving on, the next song was Wild Horse, right?
Yeah.
And you say, I think it's Wild Horse where you say, living the dream
with more
self-esteem. So what is that? That shows already change and, growth or being in a more positive space. So tell us about that
I
one.
think it's just continuing to evolve in the person I am today, and self-esteem can waver or vary, but it's a matter of just tapping into yourself and looking at yourself in the mirror, not just glancing at it, but looking at yourself straight in the mirror and saying, I love you, right?
Right.
Because you're the only person who is in your body and in your mind, and how that, you can appreciate yourself better, and that's why it's a dream to overcome it and take matters in your hands. So
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow. Whew, okay, and since we're walking through each one, perspective. Tell us what's perspective about, and which lyrics really stick out.
Perspective. Well, I would say, the chorus in itself, perspective. people overcoming their disabilities and stigmas or whatever sort of thing that stops them from believing in themselves. I just feel like this song, like it's about recognizing what your strengths are as a person. And even though I have dyslexia, or even though I have something that, may be a barrier to overcoming something, it's a matter of just recognizing what your strengths are, and even with all the weaknesses. And at the end, it says, smile to the winds and the sky so blue. Because before, I used to just look on the ground while I'm walking and not feel like I'm in reality, or like embracing it. So I just now I look at the sky and I'm like, oh, the moon, it's crescent tonight, or, something different than what I normally see throughout my day. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just so awesome to have you on the set.
Thank you.
Because like you're so truthful and open, and it's really beautiful. So why don't you tell us a little bit about other art that you're doing? You're also working on, some multimedia stuff. So she brought me actually this coloring book, which was awesome. I'm so excited to color. Like, I think we're gonna give you guys a better look later, but coloring book. And then we've got Art Eruption, which is a little bit older, but this is all of your songs and lyrics and stuff.
Basically, it encompasses 50 songs that I wrote and composed in 3 months. So, it was just all fastly producing things at once, and it all came to me at once. So it was just, I had to take it all in and do it, like take that energy with me and just keep striving. So,
And when did you get into rapping? Like,
rapping? Well, boy, that takes me back to a time. I've always been kind of like the talkative spirit, and sometimes basically when I got into music, it was just like this intuitive thing that I felt like I could teach myself something, like teach myself a lesson through my words, and just embrace that sense of commitment to myself in creativity, and that process of just like unveiling and revealing. And it was always like a surprise to me when kind of like a secret revealing that I didn't know existed. Like, it would just come out, and I'll be like, whoa, like, making these artworks, and spending hours and hours on it and not knowing where it would end or where it would start, type of thing. So I think it's kind of like depicts or reflects a lot of the way my mind functions, and how, I just have one thought after the other, and it just brings it out that way. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we are excited to promote your work here, and thank you so much for taking the time to be on our set.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jujube. Oh, I'm so happy.
Me
You're
too.
so awesome.
Me too.
I could interview you for like ever.
Yeah.
Really. I have so many more questions, I feel like.
I know I have a lot to say too.
I believe